It's so easy, so stop in today.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Is it bad that I always think of the lyrics when we're...
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People always got to remind you. 3705 Barstown Road, Globe Auto. Great partner. Upgrade your vehicle ASAP. Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Center. I see what the traffic is like. Everyone was friendly this morning in the traffic, so you may not need them today, but you may need them tomorrow. Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Center. I will get to that one too, Brian. But first, Eddie, thanks for joining us on the Scorn Collision Center hotline, my man. Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I just got one comment about the Alabama and Louisville game. My concerns is not is with our quarterbacking. You know, losing somebody like Lamar Jackson, who can put a threat on the defense, you know, with his feet and can drop back and pass. Now I feel like we're one-dimensional with a passing quarterback, but we haven't really saw these guys performing, you know, on the big stage. And another thing is, if we do come out and we do put the pressure on the defense and we do start scoring and putting pressure on them, can we hold them? I don't want to relapse like we did against Jameis Winston in Florida State when we had them on the ropes,
right,
and then we went conservative. So what you guys think about that?
I mean, a couple things, and I appreciate the call. Here's the thing. I'm not afraid of a Hurts and Tua like a Jameis Winston. I mean, time goes on to show Jameis Winston, he's different. He's so different, they're putting up with his off-the-field issues in a major way. My son, linebacker, Detroit Lions, Jalen, who is a problem in the league. Jameis Winston came to his mind within the first three quarterback names. Like, this is a fact. That was a great, all-time great performer doing great performer things. I don't think Tua and Hurts are Heisman Trophy level Jameis Winston quarterbacks. That's one thing. The other thing is, yes, you can have surprises on top level recruits, but you have to remember there's only 3 returning starters on defense for Alabama. One of them's hurt. You have 2 returning starters. You lose go back and look at all the teams who've lost more than 6 players to the draft on that side of the ball. It doesn't bounce back like our brain thinks. Sometimes Alabama overcompensates because the next year's offensive weapons might be awesome. But this is not like a loaded. I mean, listen, they're touting a freshman wide receiver right now. You know? So if you're going to balance it out a little bit, I'll take my junior DB chances with freshman wide receivers, at least to keep it close and keep it comfortable.
No, I agree. But when you talk about Tua and Jalen, it's kind of one of those things where I think what scares people is the fact that there's more unknown with Tua, and Tua therefore has a higher ceiling, because when you see Hurts, you know what you got with Hurts. Hurts has been the starter for the past 2 years, and he puts wins on the table, but he's not anything like super exciting. He just gets the job done on a team that has a great defense and has a lot of weapons on offense. And basically Tua gives you a higher ceiling, though, in the sense that he could be a playmaker in himself and turn out to be a superstar.
Right, and to his other point, the Lamar Jackson passing. Okay, let's say this. let's say Puma pass is a 6-yard run, is a 20-yard run for Lamar Jackson. Let's just give you this argument. Let's just say they're equal passers. Although we all pretty much have heard from all the experts, all the pundits, all the players, all the coaches, all the family that Puma is a better passer. Let's just make him an equal passer, right? Let's take away the Lamar Jackson loose cannon fumbles. The Lamar Jackson trying to stay up on his feet when he know he should go down. Lamar Jackson carrying the ball like a loaf of bread, right? Let's just take away those turnovers. But at the same time, let's take away the 2 times a game that Lamar breaks the 60-yarder, right? If we cancel them out, people, you still got last year's explosive offense. Think about that. Without Lamar's fumbles and without without Lamar's lost yardage on the quarterback option read. We all remember the 2 times he broke long, right?
Yeah, you take out some of the negative plays and you take out the big plays and you just do all the average plays.
Take out his 2 big runs that make Sports Center. That's 3, right? But let's also take away his 3 fumbles, and let's take away listen, 10 times a game, you know what we say? At least 10 times a game, we lose 7 yards because they just blitzed the quarterback. You know, they bring somebody, and I'm not talking about a passing play. I'm talking about running plays where they just dive in there and go for the quarterback. You automatically start offenses. A lot of possessions are easy 3 and outs because Lamar doesn't even think about handing the ball off. And you know what the coach has to do? He has to grit his teeth and just say, damn it, Lamar. You got to give the ball to your running back sometimes. And you never got to see your running backs do anything. So now you got better running backs because your roster's better with the running backs. And now you got less Lamar starting you off behind the chains on first down. Come on now. I love him. You're starting off most offensive possessions with Lamar Jackson, loss of 3, loss of 4, loss of 1, second down and 10, second down 10 and up. You very rarely were you second down and 3 because Lamar handed it off to a running back. So either you got 7 yards and Lamar took a tough hit, right? Or you threw a quick out route to a receiver that you held your breath. That Lamar quick slant that he throws, everybody held their breath because sometimes it comes out hot and Lamar throws a little too hard and that ball bounces up in the air and it's interception worthy. How many times did we watch 3rd and 3, Lamar throw a slant that was behind his wide receiver, turnover on downs, 3rd down and punt? We saw this all the time. So how about now? You hand the ball off, and now you throw a comfortable slant. Or you hand it off again because it's 3rd and 4, that Bobby can be creative on a 3rd and 4 as opposed to Bobby having to throw a slant or something creative with Lamar Jackson. These are all facts.
I still stand behind the fact that I think that the offensive line is going to be a strength of this team. And honestly, we got by with a bad offensive line because Lamar could scramble and make plays. But now we can run that more structured offense. If this offensive line is working, that is what actually is a running game. I mean, you could have an average running back behind a good offensive line, and he's going to be great.
Listen, first downs with a good offensive line make your defense better.
And it neutralizes the defense a little more.
It keeps their offense off the field. I don't need 60-yard runs by Jawan Pass. I need a first down, and I need not having turnovers in the backfield. These are simple things. I need a snap the ball, no offsides. I need Trey Smith, 3 yards. I need Puma pass, 6 yards. I need a first down. I need my kicker to hit at the 26-yard line. I need to get on the board with 3 points. I need to be 6 points. I need to, now it's a touchdown. Now it's 21-17 or 21-16 because I got conversions. I didn't get the turnover. Think about how many short fields we gave up with Lamar Jackson. And listen, I wouldn't have traded all that excitement for nothing. I wouldn't have traded being the center of national attention for 2 seasons for anything. But we have to be realistic. You lose a lot, but you gain a whole lot more. Let me get to this phone line really quick. Larry from Orlando, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, my man.
Hey, thank you, Marcus. My once a week call now. Listen, Mason King, I don't even want to see you first off. Okay, that's a good start. You hit it on the head there a while ago, Marcus. We control the football and have a little chess game with Alabama. If we don't get them on the field, we got a heck of a shot. And one other thing, you might have already talked about this, but I've got a lot of confidence this year in our defensive backs. I'm going to call them the All-State group, the good hand group. I think they're going to knock a lot of passes down this year. And I was just telling Brian, I think the real key to the game, and no matter who the quarterback is for Alabama Saturday night, if we can plug those gaps on our defensive line, and they can't run the ball, and we keep the ball, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, I know it's hard to do, but that's my theory. If they can't run the ball, I think we can defend the pass very well this year. But anyway, I'll let you go. You guys have a great day. And talk to you. Whoever's down here, I'll talk to you next Friday. Thank you.
No, absolutely. Appreciate the call. I mean, listen, I'm not going to oversimplify it and say we can just muscle and pound and be brute with Alabama. But I do say you have to be able to hold your own and do what you do on a elite level. We count on Bobby being an elite level offensive guy. You keep your elite level and have enough to hold and make somebody uncomfortable, and then let the sports guys take care of the rest.
I mean, I think Cole Kubik hit it on the head when he said that our difference maker is Bobby Petrino's play calling. And if he is a smart play caller and utilizes his strengths, I mean, we can be in any game.
Right. Like again, Bobby Petrino mixed with your recruiting. You've had enough recruiting in your first line of starters that can go toe-to-toe with anybody. And I'll stand by that statement all day long. Joel, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's in mind?
Well, what's up, Marcus? Hey, my thing is, it'll be hard for me to maybe get to the point where I talk myself into Louisville winning this game, man. I mean, we've been talking about this since I was in your studio up in Louisville back in February.
Right.
Now we're only 8 days out, right?
Right.
So it's almost here. But what I will say, man, is a lot of things that intrigue me about this game with both sides is the timing of when we play. I think the benefit we're going to have is that these people are watching tape on Jawan Pass, I guess, all summer, but there's not much there. And the thing is we don't know either. The intrigue for me for this game is just to see what this Louisville team is, meaning I've seen predictions of 4-8. I've seen predictions of 10-2, 9-3. So it's like we don't really know where we're at, but either does Bama. So that's kind of exciting because of that part to me. The other part is the benefit for us is that Tua did play that last national championship game for the most part. So we were able to at least get some tape on him. We could be going into this game, and we could have had the Tua game could have been us.
Right.
We could have been playing Jalen Hurts, who comes out there, Saturday in Orlando. He struggles, and then Tua comes out, who we didn't prepare for whatsoever, and lights us up in the second half like he did Georgia for the most part. So I think we got the benefit of at least getting some tape on him for these kids to see all summer too. I do think, you brought up the Lamar deal, and I agree with it, man, because there was a lot of times where I thought Lamar, and not saying that he didn't have to because of the offensive line, where Lamar kind of tried to do everything himself.
Right.
Now I think everything is it's laid out where you're going to distribute this stuff to a bunch of different people, meaning the receivers we have, the running backs we have. So it's going to be a different type of look, which I think is going to keep people off balance because the last couple of years, guess what every team focused on? Just depend on Lamar. We're going to spy on
Right.
Lamar, and 9 out of 10 times he was the dude who kept the ball and sometimes kept it to a detriment of us. So, like you said, I wouldn't trade it for anything, but I think it could look a lot better as far as getting everybody involved. So, overall, man, I'm pumped. I think, if anything, I think it'll be a lot more competitive than what the national people say. Now, will I say we're going to win? It's hard for me to say that. I mean, Alabama's so
Right. Listen, Joe.
who they are.
Joe,
of course,
it's okay. We still got 8 days. I appreciate the call. We still got 8 days to convince you we can win. But here's the thing. I'll call it a wash as far as tape goes. Yeah, we have Tua, but here's the thing. Here's the difference. You have Puma Pass in a Kent State pressureless game. That's your tape, right? When you are Alabama and you put Tua in, you know what tape we have of them? We have tape of pressure. And you know what the first thing they say at Alabama when they put Tua in? They have a dossier of Tua's favorite 10 plays. The favorite 10 plays, the plays that he's most comfortable with, right? So if I am Brian Van Gorder and I think my advantage to the tape that I have of Tua is when it's 3rd and 7, they want to run a play that Tua's comfortable with. What do they have in common? When we've seen Tua under the most pressure, even though it's a different offensive coordinator, you still comfort is comfort is comfort. Just like somebody could identify what does Bobby Petrino call that Lamar Jackson is comfortable with in a pressure situation. You don't have any pressure situation tape of Jawan Pass.
No, it's a good point because honestly, when you haven't seen a guy like Tua all season long and you put him into the national championship, you're going to say, hey, yeah, we're going to have a couple trick plays up our sleeve because we got to make something happen because this is the championship. But at the same time, we're going to let you run what you're comfortable with because this is the first situation you've been in, and it's the national championship.
And there's no doubt about it. He's become more comfortable with some other plays. But I'm telling you, it's one of those things. Lamar Jackson has been running the same. When you look at Lamar Jackson's tape, and I'm using him as an example, when you look at his tape from when he was 12 years old, you don't even have to know the name. You say, yeah, that's Lamar. He runs the same way. He does the same, square his shoulders to the sideline, and then cut it upfield. Those are moves he's been using forever, right?
I wish he would have pulled the stop, the one that he did in high school.
Right. No, he has. He did. He actually did. When he did that little 3 bounce thing.
Yeah, but there was nobody there. Didn't he just kind of stop?
He stopped on somebody. Okay, he actually did that. But here's my point. Like I said, you have pressure game tape on Tua. That's 100% fact. And I'll say the last thing I'll say, Tim. I'll come to you. Here's the thing. Pressure tape was one thing, and Puma Pass is not who you're scouting if you're Alabama. You are scouting Bobby Petrino's offense. Parking passes are here. Awesome. Yes. You're scouting Bobby Petrino's play calling because you knew what Lamar Jackson was going to do. I opened the show talking about the predictability of a Lamar Jackson offense, but also Bobby Petrino's offense is the best way to scout this team. Tim, thanks for joining me on 93.9, my man. What's on your mind? Tim, you there? Tim going once. Tim going. Yeah, Tim beat me to it.
Tim hung up anyway.
That's a perfect time, Tim, because we got Joe coming up next. We're going to take a quick commercial break. So, people, you're going to want to hear this interview. This interview is as organic as it possibly can get. I cannot wait to have it. You're going to have a good Friday laugh, a good feeling Friday. Midday with Marcus Maven, 8150 93.9 is the number on 93.9 The Ville.
4 Wheel Parts is your headquarters for truck